Huh? What the?
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Hi guys. So, uh, you are probably wondering where I've been again. To be honest with you, my reasons are pretty all over the place this time. And I just kept disappearing without saying a word because I really didn't know how to put it all together without shouting like a bunch of random excuses. But then, after a lot of thinking, I guess it's really about time I finally got everything off my chest. So feel free to sit down and grab a snack, because I'm gonna go over everything one by one, and most importantly, say what I have always wanted I needed to say. Anyway, I have just been giving myself some space to breathe. You know, like touching grass, living a little, and doing other things that I love besides being buried in work all the time. Some of you may be wondering about the 13th episode of Friends that I spoke about a while back. It has really been quite some time since then, hasn't it? Then, when is it coming out? You may ask. Well, that's exactly the first thing I need to talk about. I would like to start off by saying that I am sorry that I wasn't able to get it done. I know this isn't the first time I have left a project unfinished, and I know I let many of you guys down, and I'm truly sorry for that. Once again, I disappeared for so long without a single explanation, and I feel like I owe all of you a proper apology. You see, a bunch of unexpected things in my life has been hitting me all at once. And on top of that, I just really cannot bring myself to enjoy what I'm working on anymore. At the beginning, I had so much excitement and expectation for it myself, but as time passed, I realized that I really didn't have the same motivation to see it through to the end anymore. For all this time, I have been tricking myself with the thinking that I can get the episode out soon, but then soon turned into months and then years, and so here we are. If I'm being honest, I feel like the project has been taking a toll on my health to the point where I could no longer say something that I truly enjoy doing. I could have gone on and on forever making excuses, but now I have come to the realization that things without a doubt not get any better if I keep working on my projects the way I always have. As you guys know, I have always been working on my projects completely by myself, from the script to the animation, with no team or assistant whatsoever. If we take a look at how it was back in 2019 or so, my productivity was clearly better, and I could get episodes out almost once every month. However, most of it was due to the simplicity of Gacha life back then, and because I was prioritizing quantity over quality at the time. Now, if we compare that with the later episodes, I think we can all say that absolutely tremendously horrifying wait time for episode 11 to episode 12. Even if we take out the production time of the Union, along with all the series stuff that I upload as Strike Reliever, that's still a total of 10 months of production. And although you guys have always been telling me to just take my time, and for your kindness and patience, of course I am more than grateful. But the dreadful amounts of sweat and tears it takes me to continue making series is really getting way too overwhelming for me. Not only that, but also the fact that I always make you guys wait for a whole eternity just for a single video feels like a crime. It ultimately made me question myself if I still truly enjoy making series like I used to anymore. That was when I decided I had to do something about it. Don't get me wrong though. I love, and I mean really, really extremely love creating stories and sharing them with you guys. But given how things have drastically changed for me over the past few years, especially the gacha community itself, I have started to feel like it's getting nearly impossible to keep doing series the way I used to. To be honest, I have been stuck feeling this way for a long time now, but I still wasn't ready to leave the old stuff behind, especially when my channel has been built solely around series. So to suddenly drop it all feels like as if I am taking away the entire identity of my channel. Another major reason is that this episode of Friends was planned to be a big boy project with all the new animation style, music, voice actors, and I think you get it. I was so afraid of stopping it, as that would be the entire project, including the efforts of everyone involved, down the drain. Also, because I really didn't want to just return to my channel completely empty handed. But now, I think about that moving on is my only choice. Unless I still want to keep burning myself out doing what I no longer like. It just doesn't feel right to force this and risk losing the joy that I initially had for creating. It's the fact that I get engaged with you guys, keep the channel active, and feel surely comfortable with the kind of video I post that matters much more than doing the same thing over and over just to maintain my channel tradition. What I'm trying to say is, from now on, I'll no longer be releasing my stories the same way I used to. What do I mean by this? To keep myself from getting stuck in that dark never-ending loop of procrastination again, I have come up with some new ways to release my stories. Instead of releasing a full-blown 20-minute episode at once like a regular series, I have actually been thinking of splitting it into smaller parts, focusing on just from 1 or 2 scenes at a time, about 3 to 6 minutes per part, depending on how the storyline goes. Besides that method, I also found out some other ways that I can incorporate my storytelling with, such as animated music videos, arcs, skits, or memes, so that my content could be more diverse and fun to watch. This wasn't the type of content that I was aiming for initially, but after many reconsiderations, it really is the healthiest method that ensures I don't pass out from overworking. This way, I could get my stories out much faster, you guys will get content more often, and we both then won't have to deal with endless delays. Basically, a two birds one stone solution. It probably won't feel the same as back then anymore, but now honestly, I'm more than willing to sacrifice that for the sake of my mental health and also to produce content more often. As for what I was saying earlier about abandoning episode 13 of Friends, to be real, I've been thinking of scrapping the series for a good while. If you were one of those who have been here since the very beginning, you could obviously tell that most of the episodes are just a big mess to say the least. That's because Friends never had an actual plot to begin with. It was my first ever gacha series that I made when I was still pretty young. At that time, I still wasn't taking my videos seriously at all and really just throwing together any idea that I came up with no real consideration at all. The entire thing had confused you a lot because most things just straight up didn't make any sense. There was zero pacing, the characters' backgrounds never actually stayed consistent, and their own personalities were, let's just say, really something. Its recent episodes are just me trying to save it for the message once was by trying to give it a proper plot. While it seems to be working at first, I have been feeling extremely demotivated to continue it, mostly because I have long outgrown my comedy phase. The daily life setting, when combined with the serious nature of the comedy genre, really limits my ability to fully flesh out my characters. Even if I was to fix the story somehow, I wouldn't know where to begin myself. And giving it a complete revamp starting from scratch is completely out of the question. In short, the series is just no longer my biggest passion. Regardless, it was a great time, and I kinda grew attached to the characters, their personalities, and their dynamics along the way. Especially my boy Toru. These good birds will still be around my channel, and I will still make videos with them. They're way too iconic to be completely wiped out on my channel anyway. That's a fact. I just don't wish to continue the ongoing story itself. I really found it hard to keep going with it because, like I said, the genre really is no longer my thing. It's a relic from the past that should be left behind. I have long been aware that Friends does in fact not have a solid line, and honestly, I do wish I came to the decision sooner. Sometimes all I need is ability to go back in time and tell my old self in the face that I need to make up my damn mind before it's for too late. Ah! But hey, it's not like I can cry over spilled milk now, isn't it? Anyway, that's that. Although I wasn't able to complete the 13th episode of Friends like I promised, I did make some solid progress in it still, which I'm gonna upload as a separate video after this one, just so it won't go to waste. So, regardless of its incommission, I hope you guys will still enjoy this tiny little glimpse of what could have been a the episode. I may or may not have some upcoming brand new stories that I have been cooking for quite some time, secretly. A bunch of new faces and stories are just waiting to be unveiled, and I really hope that you will look forward to them as much as I do. Guess what? One of them is the backstory of Flemmy, my channel mascot. Yeah, you heard it right. After so many years, this little rascal is finally getting a story of her own. Oh boy, trust me. We have got a lot to uncover about her lore, and I can assure you that it's gonna be flaming hot. Why? Because it's Flammy's backstory we're talking about. You know, someone you have seen on my channel literally since day one but never actually know anything about. I won't be spoiling much for now though. So if you are really eager to know, make sure to follow my Instagram and join my Discord server for the latest updates. Alright, and that's the end of my yapping. I'm fully aware that over the past years, I have disappeared numerous times and broken many promises, which I certainly don't want to happen again. After so long, it's about time things change for the better. I am done with holding myself back and ready to get back on track to mark a new beginning for my channel. Thank you all for still sticking with me until this day. Despite the fact that I can no longer upload as much as I used to, you guys still chose to stay, to support, and no words can express how much I am grateful for that. Fingers crossed my upcoming videos won't take as long as before, and I hope you will continue to stick around to see what the future holds. There are so many new stuff that I can't wait to share them all with you, and your patience means everything to me. Thank you so much for being here. The dragon is ready to return. Let us make this the beginning of something better. It's gonna be awesome. See ya!